All right, so we're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on my desktop now, so
Yep, me too.
I'm not
Hello,
gonna have
everybody.
The game run.
Hello, everybody.
Whoa,
This
hey,
is
no,
this
countdown.
is no countdown. This is Shen from Shen Plays, and we're doing
God damn
a
it.
post game, post playthrough talk show or something.
Yeah, it's the post game trail.
This is a rundown of what happened during this season because it was fucking crazy, and
it actually got a little confusing at the end.
It did. It's amusing all the way though.
Yeah.
Say hi, Arumba.
I just turned on the push to talk again, just for you. So, Shenryr's a little drunk right now, and so he didn't even let us get ready to start this. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about the season. So
yeah.
So let's start with So Shenryyr, you noticed that you inherited a claim, or you had a claim or something on the Byzantines?
Yes. So I think episode 18, it might have been 17.
Somewhere around there.
I had one of my daughters, her husband died, and she was matrimonially married to some random idiot. He died, so I said, screw it, let's just find another matrimonial marriage, and I organized it by rank, clicked on the first person, and wound up being a prince. I'm like, fucking fantastic, she's going to matrimonially marry a prince. And then later in the same episode, I think it was either Arumba or Kailvin pointed out that, oh, you're matrimonially married
Arumba pointed it out, and I went apeshit over it.
Yeah, Arumba pointed out that she was matrimonially married to the prince of the Byzantine Empire, and he was the heir to the Byzantine Empire. And all of a sudden, all the comments on that video were, Shen, you've got to inherit the Byzantine dynasty. You got to inherit the Byzantine Empire. You got to do it. You got to do it. Fuck them. Just do it.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, we were actually just talking about this just before we turned this on. In episode 19, or possibly 20, we aren't 100% certain, all the children of that marriage ended up dead. I actually lost that episode. It's a conspiracy theory that I deleted on purpose to hide the evidence.
I'm almost positive you did that. I still don't believe you. You deleted number 19 because you had murdered all the kids, and you didn't want us to find out by watching your side of the
I would have
video.
just not put it up then. I wouldn't have deleted it.
How do we know you actually lost it?
Well, I've come clean now. If it were the case, I would put it up now, wouldn't I? I like views.
Perhaps.
The man has a point.
Yeah. So, I swear it was like 12 a.m. and I saw 2 episode 19s, and I thought YouTube duped it, but it was really just the back button being stupid. It was the last one on one page and the first one on another. And so I go, alright, page 2. What, episode 19's at the top? Hit back. What, episode 19's at the bottom? Oh, I guess it duplicated it. I'll just delete this one. And as it turns out, at that time, at the exact time that I was on that page, YouTube had started the upload of the next video in the queue I'd set to upload overnight. And it had pushed it down one, but the back button didn't register that. So I accidentally did episode 19. Episode
so
10
anyway,
Lost to the Void. I don't know.
What happened was my daughter wound up having some kids, and the kids got killed, murderized, destroyed, pulverized, and there goes all that dynastic shit that I was talking about.
Yep.
And Kailvin's secretly there writhing his hands together. Good.
I actually think I said that too. I actually think I did that because, like I said, I sometimes use the microphone to chat to the viewers and not you guys.
So anyway, that was probably for me. That was like the turning point in this series, because for me that felt like just for no reason. Because in my point of view, if you've watched my Let's Play like Treviso or anything like that, I set up dynastic crap just outside of my realm where my family does take over, but I don't personally control them. So it's like my dynasty ruling France or my dynasty ruling Denmark or something like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. If we go to dynastic map, you can see my dynasty all over the empire or all over the Europe. Fantastic. But, Kailvin didn't really think of it that way. He's like, oh, God, Shen's going to take over as the emperor. We must stop him. Murder.
That was my train of thought.
Right. So we were talking also about how, like, you take a player like Kailvin and a player like me who are pretty ruthless in their gameplay, and Kailvin had this huge early game advantage with his inheritance of that kingdom, and I could see him getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I was thinking, okay, I need to weaken him. There's no way that I'm going to ever catch up if he keeps getting. He can grow faster than I can. So I have to weaken his dynasty. I have to get him in a position where there's like a faction or a rebellion or something, independence war maybe. So I did kill a few of your characters, but then I'll let you talk about your thoughts on how it all kind of went to hell.
Yeah, I noticed one of my kids turned up dead and was like, some stupid vassal did it. No, it was Arumba. Second kid that turned up dead, or actually no, wait, the first kid must have been Shen, but I'll get to that later. And then Arumba killed my brother and a good daughter, and on the good daughter, even though she was killed in a suspicious accident, 5 days before the death, my spy master comes up to me and says he's discovered a plot.
Yeah, what's interesting is I actually killed your son, and I was caught, but you didn't seem to respond to it.
I might have just ignored it, and I sometimes subconsciously just, son died, oh well.
Right, you totally ignored the fact that I got caught, and
but it still said suspicious accident. It said Mercia. Actually,
right, that was the name of the person, the character that actually acted on the plot.
Yeah, that's why I didn't suspect you.
Yeah, but you already had the opinion modifier from me murdering a close family member. So, but I killed that guy, I killed 2 daughters, and then that was it. But you continued to blame everything on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hold on.
Anyone who was watching my videos would have known that I was checking Shen's money every time somebody died, and just kind of noticed it was going down and thought he was hiring the paid assassins against me.
Hold on.
Figured that out.
It
wasn't the truth, though. Shen can take it from here on that.
Hold on. Arumba at some point got murderized. Or did you just die on the battlefield? You died on the battlefield, right?
Which one?
When you wound up as a 0-year-old.
Yep.
Well,
no. Wait, I don't remember.
Well, whatever it was.
I destroyed... I put your aunt on the kingdom, then your uncle inherited it, and then he died on the field of battle and gave it back to you.
Right. No,
so,
my demise was that you invited my aunt to court and then pressed her claim, and I surrendered to you, knowing full well that there was no way I could fight your army, and that if I didn't surrender and save my army, that I would get torn to pieces by the huge Denmark above us.
Yep.
But you stubbornly killed my entire army.
I wanted revenge! And yes, it was good.
It wasn't deserved, I don't think.
An eye for the eye makes the whole world blind, they say. So my policy is an eye for an head.
So anyway, some of Kailvin's family was getting murdered, and at some point during this murdering spree, which was wholly done by Arumba, Arumba wound up dying, and he took over as a 0-year-old baby. 0-year-old babies cannot actually murder anyone, but then Kailvin's family just kept on dying for some reason, and he kept blaming Arumba, which was fucking hilarious because I was the one killing him at that point.
Yeah, I knew you were. I knew it was you, but there was nothing I could do to stop you.
What was I going to do? Ask you politely not to kill my family members? I just couldn't believe that you were so adamant. Like it's not possible, but it has to be you. It has to be you.
Yes, I was dropping hints. Like it's impossible. I know within the game mechanics, it's impossible.
Oh goodness.
I was dropping hints that I knew. Although I admit you were apparently plotting into tiring mercenaries at some convenient times. That made me think you were using the paid ones. But yeah. You were actually using plots. Fair enough.
Yeah, I had 24 intrigue or something. I had a lot of intrigue, so it was easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so,
then
Shannon, I hate to ask.
You had that spy master. Why would you hire a spy master that hates you? He had like 150%.
He had over 10 intrigue more than the next guy. I wasn't planning to keep him around. I was just planning to keep him around long enough for me to assassinate Arumba's dynasty.
He had 150 plot power against you. And he said, yeah, of course.
You actually orchestrated the plot to kill me?
Yes.
You actually freaking game over me, you bastard.
I told you, it wasn't me.
No, I thought the spy master was acting of his own accord that time. Like, I thought he was the guy who started the plot.
Oh.
Yeah, you actually game over me.
Yeah, I like the fact that technically you lost. I just want to point that out. But what's great is that Shen is actually the orchestrator of the whole thing because he pitted us against each other. Not directly, but he tactfully kind of held back, and he ended up winning.
Yeah, I knew it was Shen doing it, but Shen's dynasty, if anyone has checked, is massive. I couldn't have even hoped to make a dent in it.
That's not all that's massive.
Your ego?
That's not all. So anyway,
God. How many beers have you had?
I've had 7.
Oh,
Let me
man.
erase this because I'm about to up it to 8. Hold on.
Shen drinks so many beers, he erases beers.
No, I'm playing around in MS Paint while we talk. And I'm just drawing. I'm drawing what we're talking about, and I have beer number 7 up there, so I just changed it to beer number 8.
Ah. Oh, man.
That's how you keep track of your beers?
Nope, but it's how I'm keeping track right now.
He's too drunk to remember otherwise.
So, did you guys have anything else to say? Should we have fun?
Next season, you're dead, Shen.
What do you mean
Yeah,
next season?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to what we do next. I would be interested if anyone's feeling like commenting right now on suggestions for what we should try next. If we should do something similar, if we should maybe get more people involved. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like our group.
You know,
but...
I'm going to say this now. Like, this is probably going to be going up on 26th, 27th, right?
Yeah.
That's 16 days before EU4.
And this didn't take us 16 days.
Yeah. I think it actually took us like 3 weeks now.
3 weekends, exactly.
Yep.
But not 16 days.
So, no, I was just thinking, maybe we should save Season 2 for EU4 or something. Or we could just go again in CK2.
Well, EU4, you're not going to be able to murder each other. And seriously, that is what made this entertaining beyond belief.
This is true.
Although, we could also play a game like Civ 5, since we now all have that as well.
We didn't even play 100 years. Oh my god, I was still fighting Hungary and Poland when you guys started killing each other.
You had 3 absolute ridiculous genius characters in a row, and then a brother. You had 4 characters that were like, you hacked. You must have cheated somehow.
Yeah. Shen fucking hacked it.
You know what I did? Let me tell you how I cheated. So I had a genius, right? I married him to a genius. And then when he had a kid,
Still only
and
gives
then
a 17.5% chance of genius.
And then when he had a kid that wasn't a genius, I said, "Oh, Mr. Arumba, would you mind killing my non-genius boy?" And he's like, "Okay."
I don't remember that.
I do remember that.
I do.
And basically, what was it, with 3 kids, and then I finally had a genius, and then I married that genius to another genius girl, and she wound up having 2 more geniuses, which is where we are at the end of the game. We only went 100 years.
Yep. To be fair here, Shen, the only reason we went only for 100 years was you.
Yeah. Blame the guy who didn't wind up killing anyone until the very last second.
What?
See,
no.
that's the funny thing
about it. You
about
killed my
it.
entire family. You admitted it.
At the very, very end.
No. And besides, it's not like we killed anyone before that either.
You boxed Arumba into a position where he was either going to be...
That was after the assassinations.
Yes, but I mean, after those assassinations, you were still viable. It wasn't like it was game over for you. And then you're like, oh, well, let's just box him in entirely. You boxed him into where he was just going to shut down. There was going to be nothing left. He was getting attacked by Denmark in the east, and he had this stupid queen of his aunt or whatever was some queen down there. It was crazy.
Yeah, I destroyed him.
I know, that's what I mean. It's like you went overkill.
I should have pushed more claims. Like, I could have torn his realm into 3 if I wanted to.
Ugh.
Again, you did well, I'll give you that, but if you had not earned that early kingdom, you wouldn't have had such a lead.
Maybe. I don't know if the kingdom really was what sold it for me. I mean, yeah, I think it was some lucky holy wars in Africa.
But you also had the kingdom tier, which allowed you to have more technology, which kind of helps it a tiny, tiny bit, but more importantly, it gives you more control over your vassals. Counts are less likely to rebel, you can layer them underneath dukes, you have more opinion bonuses, it's better.
Yeah. All right, I can see that, but I don't know if it was necessarily the kingdom that won it. I think it was just some more lucky holy wars and lucky timed revolts in certain places that gave me the edge. Like, I got lucky on being able to completely just start taking over the Mediterranean.
If anyone's looking for a good starting position that is technically a count, try the one that Kailvin had, because on day one, the King of Italy is like, hey, have a duchy.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected that to happen on day one. That was crazy. That was amazing.
I didn't either. Yeah, I didn't realize that would happen, to be honest.
But that's pretty cool. That's a nice starting position for someone else to try it out.
Yep.
I never even got Bavaria. That fucker.
You never even got the last piece of your starting duchy.
That's true, because it was controlled by Great Moravia, and then it was controlled by East. I know, but it was Great Moravia first, and then East Francia conquered it.
Ah.
I'm like, I can't really go East Francia. I kept checking them how big their military was. At the end of the game, they had like 14,000 troops. I'm like, I can't fight that.
Dude, you should have called for my help. I could have helped you. I had like
you were
20,000.
murdering Arumba, and he was murdering you.
To be honest, East Francia has owned that for like the last several decades.
Oh yeah.
So
well,
you could have called on me sooner.
Basically, do you remember maybe 15 episodes ago, East Francia broke out into a huge civil war?
Yeah.
Okay, they broke up hugely, massive civil war. I was trying to get, I think, 4 counties from them at that time. I went to war for it, but they ended their civil war before I could finish it. I'm like, fuck. So I got nothing. And then I was just waiting for it to happen again. So I murdered the king of East Francia, and then I think I murdered him again, or maybe I plotted to and I failed. I was just hoping for it to break up again, you know? And it just never happened. But if it did happen again, I think I had 6 or 7 claims on him at the end. I was just waiting for him to break up.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Shen. You really impressed me. I did not expect you, honestly, and this isn't a dig. It's just I didn't expect you to do so well.
Yeah.
And to be fair, no one on Reddit or any of the comments in the initial parts of the video thought you'd do that well either. So, good job.
Yeah,
it's a backhanded compliment if there ever was one.
Yeah. You exceeded expectations.
Hooray! Oh, goodness. Well, I had fun all along. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah. I had fun up until the very moment I forgot to choose my successor, and change my successor to my daughter before I clicked the die button.
Can we do shameless plug for our Succession game?
Why wouldn't we?
I think we need to. Yes.
Well,
Recently we started a Succession game that began with myself, Shenryyr, and I've already passed it on to Arumba, and he has since passed it on to Quill 18, and after Quill's done, he's going to pass it back to Kailvin.
It should either be at the end of Quill or at the start of me when this comes out.
Somewhere around there, yeah. But anyway, if you enjoy these videos, please go check out the Succession game. We are planning on doing more of these in the future, for sure. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed our time together.
Yep. It's been a good season.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you later. See you in the next one.
Yep. Goodbye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh. So if I record you
and even
talking right now, what...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what the weird thing is it told me I was discovered. Unfortunately, blah, 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 revealed my involvement in the plot. But that isn't what it showed up on the pop-up. On the pop-up, it showed that it was the Spy Master who orchestrated it.
Yeah? So you killed him. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got off scot-clean, too.
This is the post discussion. It's a secret. Shh. Don't tell Kailvin. So we knew he was going to kick our ass, like, halfway through, and we secretly decided to kind of ally against him. And I knew that there was a point in between episodes where it was right after I had murdered Kailvin, and we had taken a break, and I had gone off for dinner or something, and he was, as soon as he thought I was out of the room, he was still talking in TeamSpeak, and I heard him talking to you about it. He was saying things like, I want to put him, I want to kill him, I want him dead, I want to make him 0. I'll give you all kinds of money. And you must not have bought into any of that. That's funny.
After the whole episode 19 thing, which we've been over, I knew what he was doing, and there's just no point.
Yeah, that's funny though. I gotta hand it to you. You really played the two of us off each other pretty well. Pretty good stuff.
I didn't
But,
expect you to die. I didn't know that was going to be like the end. I didn't even know he was going to start murdering you.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I know. You were totally surprised when I was like completely destroyed as a county, as a realm.
Well, I've been drinking. What do you expect?
You were off doing your own thing. You know, it's just get it. It's easy to get focused on what you're doing when you're playing a multiplayer. In fact, most of the time I spent, I was zoomed in like really close to my territory.
Yep. Yeah, me too. I had to, because when we came back into that episode after all that chit chat, I had just started 4 wars. I had to do them because Hungary was breaking out, so I just had to focus on that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Kailvin. Yeah, I really got pretty angry at first when he came in with his damn 20,000 men or whatever it was.
20,000?
There's no contest. Yeah, he had like 20,000 troops, and he came in. He had 2 stacks. Like he had 1 stack like 9,000 and one of 5,000 or 6,000, and
at the very end of the game, at the very end, after I'd taken over like a quarter of Hungary and a quarter of Poland, at the very end of the game, I had 9,000 troops. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. He got really lucky in the beginning of the game. He inherited a kingdom which allowed him to do all kinds of good stuff, and he played well. But fortunately, what happens in the balance of power, any kind of triumvirate. This actually happened in real history. Every time one person does well, the smaller people ally against him. It's called a balance of power. It's a real thing. So that's what happens with a 3-way game.
I think some of it had to do. I was jealous at the very beginning. I mean, day 1, the king's like, "Oh, well, in light of your service to the empire, here's a duchy." It's like, are you kidding me? We just started.
I know. And I started off as like what, a single count, double count, something like that. And you did too. I think we all started off as counts. But yeah, you can't hold it against him. I mean, he played well. Gotta give him that. And I actually remember, I think we said it in one of the videos. I said, hey, you would have done the same thing. If he had been if I had been the largest character, I guarantee he would have been plotting to kill me. 100% chance.
Probably, yeah. See, I'm not used to playing like that. I don't really do any multiplayer at all. So for me, this is just brand new experience. This whole behind the scenes scheming or trying to think meta, trying to think what the other player might be thinking. So do whatever it is to counter him. My brain can't wrap around that.
Mm-hmm. And yet you still came out ahead. So it's great.
Because I didn't get
involved.
involved.
Like idiots.
I didn't get involved.
Yeah, I know. But it worked.
At any point, do you think Kailvin was sitting there going, Shen's probably plotting to kill my heir right now? Do you think that was going on at any point?
Kailvin, knowing you were the one behind it, probably, yeah.
Really?
I do think so. Yeah, definitely. Because I don't know. I mean, I was reading the comments and throughout the series, and apparently there's a lot of Kailvin subscribers who were like watching videos from either your perspective or my perspective, and they keep making comments about don't trust Kailvin. Just don't trust him. Like, and so when I started to see those, I absolutely started to think that he's going to be doing nasty stuff. So
I guess. I mean, that's what makes it interesting, right? Or else it would just be us three, helping each other, high-fiving as we conquer Europe. And it's like, what's the point of that?
Exactly. I think it doesn't matter how friendly the game starts off. It will always devolve into some sort of a war, or at least a feud, so to speak.
Yeah. It's bound to happen.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I'm gonna. Yep. Good to talk to you one-on-one. I'm actually recording this, just so you know. I'm gonna turn it off now.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.